Been a minute since I talked to you. Well, sorry, I'm on my little journey. I'm taking my walk. Have to take care of ourselves, spirit, soul, and body. But as I'm walking, and God just began to talk to me, and He said to run the race that is set before you. Run the race that is set before you. We may start at the same point, but your race may be different from my race. Your race may call for you to run a little faster. My race may call for me to walk. Someone else's race may call for them to jog. But run the race that is set before you. How do you know what your race is? You can seek God, get instruction from God, and He'll let you know what your race is. He'll give you instructions on how to run your race. So many times we try to run the race that others are running. We try to keep up with others, but you're not running the same race. They got a race to run and you got a race to run. Run the race that is set before you. And the way God brought this to me is I'm walking during my 45 minutes, and this one lady, she's jogging. We're going the opposite direction. This lady done passed me 2 times. I haven't even made it around 1 time. But guess what? Her race, her journey, is not my race or my journey. So we have to stay focused and stay the course and stay on track and run the race that is set before us. Because so many times we try to run other people's race, other people's journey. But your journey is your journey. My journey is my journey. We all got a race to run. And as the song used to say, how we running that race? We running it by faith. We trust in God to lead and guide us, to direct us on the path that He has us on. So the way we get off track is we start running the race the way we want to run it. We start doing things that others are doing. Oh, because to us, what the others are doing looks better than what we're doing. The race that he's running or the race that she's running look like they're going to get to their destination quicker than we will, but run the race that's set before you. The race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but it's to the one that endure. Just endure to the end. Keep your faith to the end. Keep on running and doing what God has called you to do. You know what He's called you to do. So you run the race that's set before you and stay focused on what God has called you to do. And you will end your words, end your race, and you'll hear the words, you know, you've done a good job, my good and faithful servant. But we mess up so many times because we're trying to run somebody else's race, or we're trying to walk somebody else's journey, or we're trying to do what somebody else is doing. Do what God has called you to do. We all have a purpose, and our purpose that God has called us to is very unique to us. It's very unique to who He's created us to be and the things that He wants us to do. Our race is very unique to the people that we need to reach. There are some people, they may be running a different race, and you're trying to follow them in that race. But the people that they have to reach are not the people that you have to reach. So you have to run your race because there are people that you have to reach that God has put in place for you to reach. But we get off track. And you know what? Those people are waiting on you. They're waiting on me. I can tell you so many times I've gotten off track. So many times I stopped doing what I know God has called me to do because I'm trying to do what somebody else is doing because it looks good. But just because it looks good don't mean it's your God season to do what they're doing. Stay in your God zone. Stay in your God season. Stay in the season that God has given you. I just want to encourage someone today to just stay focused on what God's called you to do. Don't worry about what it looked like. He may send you out amongst thousands of people, and you may feel like, well, Ain't nobody out there for me to reach, but there are souls out there for you to reach. There are souls out there that's designed just for you, just for your story, just for what you've been through. And can't nobody tell your story like you could tell your story. So let's stop telling other people's stories and let's start telling our story and how God brought us through and what he brought us out of and what he has done for you. And watch and see how many souls God allow you to lead to Christ. But in doing all that, make sure you stay humble. Make sure you stay humble. We can't get the big head and say, oh, I did this, I did. No, it's nothing we do, but it's all God. It's all the Father. Only him that blesses us and gives us the strength and the power to do the things that we do. Just walk in this course. It ain't me. It's God giving me the strength to walk this course. It's God that's giving me the power to speak to others. It's God that's giving me the strength to witness to others. I used to be afraid to tell people about God because I was concerned about what people would think. But let me tell you something. God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. You just do what God has called you to do. You run your race that's set before you, and he will give you an expected end. This is Queen Levada talking to you on A Will to Live, I Choose Life, podcast, YouTube, blogs, the same thing, A Will to Live, I Choose Life, Facebook, I Choose Life. Tune in from time to time as God lead me into what to give you all, his people. God bless you. I love you. But as my bishop would say, God loves you better. Blessings. So, whew, trying to get this off of here now.
Workout pause.
Okay. Yep, I'm trying to figure out how to turn this off, y'all. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Lord.